could I ask about Martin Odegaard? Because his form this season has been pretty much exceptional. Were you expecting him to be this good this quickly when you signed him?
I was hoping, I don't know if expecting, I was hoping that he can show the talent that he has, and his attitude, his willingness to learn, and his application is always incredible. And when you have those ingredients, normally good thing happens, and Martin is in a really good moment. He's defining games. I think it's having a different kind of presence on that pitch, and I really like what he's doing.
Does he sort of remind you in a way of Kevin de Bruyne in the sort of role he's playing and the control he has in the way?
Very different player to Kevin, similar position, but very different qualities to those. I don't know, Martin, it's exceptional at what he does, and he needs still to grow in many areas, and he knows that, and he's willing to do that.
Would he score? I think he's your top scorer as well, which is, presumably that's a bonus in terms of the goals.
It is a bonus, but playing those positions, we need them to score goals, to arrive in the box, to create special moments, to win football matches, to create expected goals, and that's what we expect from our attacking midfielders.
He's 24, Mikel. Players don't normally get to their primes until like 28, 29. How much better do you think he could be, and where does he need to improve still?
He can be much better. I think physically he can still improve in many areas. I think the way he can drive with the ball and eliminate people more. I think his crossing, his passing range still can be better. Defensively, he's improving every single time. And that mentality to go on the pitch and win the game, and have that mentality every 3 days to go and do that. And he's still someone that has come from a very specific development process, and now he's at a place that he's a really important place, our captain, and he can still develop a lot.
And just slightly more general one, looking at the table and seeing how high Newcastle are, obviously playing next week, but just more general, how big a sort of threat are they now with the money they've got, and Eddie did such a good job, do you think?
Well, obviously, it's a huge club, a club with such a history in this country, and now they have a real setup, with a coach that has brought something different to the club, an atmosphere that they have created of belief and big ambitions, and obviously owners that they are able to build that team quickly that can compete with the best team, so they are a threat.
Thank you. Mikel, during the West Ham game, just going back to Martin, one of the commentators said something along the lines about he's now looking like the player that Real Madrid thought they signed at 16. So I wondered, what do you think about what you had there at Arsenal that's helped bring him to that level, maybe start showing that potential maybe that he probably had?
Well, he's had the continuity and the minutes and probably the role in the team that he needed to shine. And then obviously he has earned everything that he's getting with the way he works, with the way he plays, and with the way he probably is as well. And we are glad to have him, and hopefully this environment suits him to get the best out of him.
How do you think the captaincy has impacted him, changed him in any way? What have you seen?
Really positively. I think he's took it in a really natural way. He hasn't changed. He doesn't need to change. He has his own personality. He's got his own things in his mind and how he needs to deal with them, and he does it in a really good way.
I guess Martin is a good example of someone that's come to Arsenal and kind of got the best out of him at the club. I suppose, how important is it to show that to other players, to see that they can come here and yourself and the environment gets the best out?
Well, we try that with every single player, create the right environment, the right football philosophy, and as well the right people around him to be successful and exploit the qualities that they have. And we try with every individual the same thing. Sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But what the player puts as well, I think, is very important. And in that case, he's exceptional at that.
And obviously Ben White is someone that comes from Brighton. How much did it come into account the way that Brighton played to kind of look at him and think he'd be a good fit for Arsenal?
Yeah, obviously we knew him very well as well for his time at Leeds, and the versatility that he had is something that caught my eye as well. And I was really impressed the first time I spoke to him, some of the things that we discussed about his position as well and what he could bring to the team, and I'm delighted to have him in the team.
It's just another one on Martin. It just seems so mature for his age, on and off the pitch. Do you think that's because he started so young, if you like, and he left home so early, and now he's a very mature, very old, if you like, 24 mentally.
I think that's a big part. Obviously, he had to leave home very, very early. He had already big expectations around him. He had to deal with that. When you look at his family, his agent, and the people around him, it's not a coincidence that he's the way he's.
Is he getting louder?
Louder.
Because he's always been
I don't know. I'm not in the shower with him while he's singing, so I cannot respond to that question.
in the dressing room. He's always been quite a quiet leader, right? He's not like a big shouter and talker. Is that changing?
I don't know. He's fun. He's a great guy, and he does things on his own way. He doesn't need to shout to get attention, and he does it in a really good way.
Does he remind you of yourself in terms of character?
Yeah, the hair reminds me a lot. No, I don't think so.
You're always sort of quite studious and sort of everyone sort of said you were quite the sort of quiet leader of the team. Can you sort of remind you in that way that?
I don't know. Mark, I was in there.
No comment.
No comment.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Happy New